Hello, welcome back to another one of my focus video on Jim Steranko. And one of the series that probably make Steranko well known among us old timer is Nick Fury, Agent of Shield. It's sad that Steranko came into the hobby and left so quickly because it's hard to imagine how much more contribution he could have had in this medium if he stuck around, but the money was better doing commercial work and advertising. So here I have my beat up copy of Nick Fury, Agent of Shield. Definitely not one of my favorite cover. It's neat, but certainly not one of my favorite. But this is one of my favorite splash page that Steranko did. He has done this before as far as using the shape of the building to do the lettering, as you can see. Who is Scorpio? It's beautiful. Absolutely great looking drawing. It's a fun tidbit about the first 3 pages of this book, where Steranko was pretty proud of being the first to draw a 3-page story, a beginning of a story, without having any kind of caption or dialogue. And it was a funny story that at first the editor at Marvel didn't want to pay him for writing the first 3 pages because there was no writing in it, but in the end he did get paid for writing the entire book. As you can see, once Steranko moved away from being a Kirby clone, his style is pretty evident. It's really good. The inking is very well done here. Just look at that. That shading, shadow of the face, gorgeous. I can't remember who's the inker in this book. There we go, Joe Sinnott. He's great. I can't wait to do a video on Joe, mainly with Jack Kirby the King. But anyhow, Joe Sinnott is a fantastic inker, and not a surprise that his style would match up well with Steranko. The art of this series is pretty good. The only thing that I would complain about is it's too short. I wish Steranko would stick around and did a lot more work. But look at this. Only Steranko would include something like this. Pretty funky. Very psychedelic. If you have not read this series, I would definitely say trying to get it if you are a Steranko fan. And as usual, it's almost given that on a Steranko book you will have a beautiful 2-page panel action. Look at that. That's awesome. I think outside of Kirby, I think Steranko probably did the most 2-page giant panel like this. Even though he did so few books, it's almost given that almost in every book you will see something like that. Okay, so that's issue number 1. Let me see. My favorite cover, though, I would say is issue number 3. I pulled this one out because it's one of the few books that I still have a raw copy. This is a beautiful near mint copy of this book. Look at this. Who doesn't love a minty looking Silver Age book, right? The color The drawing is absolutely stunning. I love it. Just look at the splash page, beautiful. And this one is inked by Dan Atkins. Now if you watch my video with Gene Colan, you will see an example in there where Dan Atkins was the inker, and he was definitely not a good match for Gene Colan, but for Steranko, beautiful result. His clean inking style is a good match. Look at this double page. Very well done. You know, sometimes you don't need to have a lot of stuff going on, and it's still very beautiful. Look at that. Steranko is pretty cool in how he would use the black line against a white background. You know, sometimes you don't have to draw every step of the way, right? Look at that. Masterful. Beautiful. A very simple picture, but yet beautiful. And as you can see here, great inking by Mr. Atkins. Look at that. Beautiful panel. Even the smallest of detail. You know, I can't say enough about how much I enjoy Jim Steranko. Let me flip through it real quick here. Let's see. Look at this drawing. I can easily sit here and spend a lot of time going through every single panel, but to spare you the lengthy video, here is another double page spread. Gorgeous. Let's look at that. Good stuff. Okay, so that's issue number 3. Steranko did the covers for 1 through 7. I might be wrong, it could be 1 through 6, but inside he did not draw every single issue of the interior. And let's see, beside Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., he also did a short run with Captain America. And here is my copy of 111. Beautiful copy, as you can see. I love this concentric circle. That's so Steranko-ish. And here again, he is teamed up with Joe Sinnott. Beautiful. Who doesn't like white page, silver age books, right? Like I said, the art inside is fantastic. It's same quality as you would expect from Steranko, and you know, look at that beautiful drawing. Awesome panel right there. Look at this. Beautiful. So precise. Joe Sinnott is just like a master. The inking of Joe Sinnott is really well done, and you know, I would have a hard time picking whether Dan Atkins or Joe Sinnott is a better inker for Steranko for sure. But Steranko have masterful ways of using. Look at that. I can tell you that a full book with just black and white picture from Steranko sometimes can be even better without the color, because he's a master of using just black and white. Gorgeous. You know, I think like it or hate it as far as Steranko style, I think most people would agree that he is very stylish in storytelling, panel layout. Look at this. No one has ever done anything like this. Not then, not since. Okay, here you go. That's 3 books in a row where you see a full double page panel. Beautiful drawing, look at that. Look at how much work is going into Captain America legs. Wow, good stuff. Anyhow, so that's Jim Steranko on Captain America. He also did a bunch of covers on other books, most notably Hulk Annual, and this is perhaps one of my favorite Steranko covers of all time. He did not draw the inside, but I just love the layout of this cover. Beautiful use of the logo crushing the Hulk. This is my beautiful copy, as you can see. Pretty sharp looking book. The main flaw of this book is this very tiny little crease right here, as you can see. It's very tiny up there. And then you see a little, maybe you can see it right here. There's like a little crease right here. Very barely visible, but other than that, you know, you get the standard staple rub with the square bound books. Nothing extraordinary there, and the back cover of this book is flawless. I have to say that this book probably be an easy 9.2, could be a 9.4 maybe, but anyhow, no doubt this is one of my favorite cover. Absolutely love it. I can stare at this picture for a long time. But before I go, I also have this book. Long ago I bought this book at a convention. I pulled it out of I think it was a 50-cent bin, and I thought it was a comic book by Steranko because I saw the name, but it's actually really not a comic book, but it has some beautiful drawing inside. Look at that. As I said many times, Steranko is a master of using black and white. He's a fan of film noir, so you can see why his style reflect his love for that genre. So this is not a comic book really. It's kind of like it's hard to say what it is, but it can contain, you know, articles, some pictures, some drawings, some sketches. It has some write-up on his collaboration with Steven Spielberg, as far as doing some artwork for Raiders of the Lost Ark, as well as Francis Ford Coppola with Dracula. So, like I said, it's I don't know how to categorize this book, but it's pretty neat. There's a lot of cool drawings in here, but let me see if I can find. But my favorite is this drawing right here. Look at that. No, beautiful. Just look at the way he used black against the white background on the shadow of the screen. Awesome. You know what this reminds me of? This came out way before Sin City, I believe, and it reminds me of the style that Frank Miller used for Sin City. I'm not saying that Frank Miller copied Steranko style, but I'm just saying that way before Frank Miller did Sin City, I believe this was done. The amount of detail that goes into this panel is just stunning. So if you have a chance to pick this up for cheap just to flip through, I think you will enjoy it. It's a picture of a young Steranko. Anyhow, try not to run this video way too long and bore everyone out to death. Thanks for watching, and that will wrap up my series on Jim Steranko. Thank you for watching. Bye.